How long do you want your truck to last? 100,000 miles? 200,000? What if I told you 300,000 plus miles is totally doable if you stop ignoring these maintenance tasks? Most drivers are great at changing their oil, but what about the stuff under the surface? The real difference makers. In this video, we're breaking down 15 trucks maintenance most people ignore for the last 300,000 plus miles. So buckle up, because you might be skipping something crucial and not even know it. Number 15. Differential and transfer case fluid changes. Ever wonder what keeps your truck turning smoothly, especially on those tough off-road trails or during winter drives? It's not just the engine or transmission, it's the differential and transfer case fluids doing the behind-the-scenes magic. These unsung heroes manage power distribution to your wheels, making sure you get traction when and where you need it. But here's the catch. Over time, these fluids break down or get contaminated with metal shavings and grime. You might hear a whining noise, feel resistance while turning, or even notice a leak underneath. Ignore these signs and you're heading for overheating or worse, complete failure. Driving normally? Well, change it every 60,000 miles. Towing, off-roading, or dealing with extreme temperatures? Drop that to 30,000 miles. Always check your owner's manual for specifics. And hey, don't wait for weird sounds to show up. A quick inspection now can save you thousands in repairs later. Number 14. Power steering fluid checks. Ever turned your wheel and thought, why does this wheel feel like a workout? That's your truck whispering for a power steering fluid check. This fluid is what makes the steering feel smooth and easy, but like all good things, it doesn't last forever. Over time, it gets dirty, loses effectiveness, and before you know it, steering gets stiff, weird noises start, or worse, your steering system takes a hit. Experts suggest checking the level monthly or whenever you're changing your oil. As for replacing it, think around every 50,000 miles or every 2 to 3 years, but always double check with your owner's manual. Notice a whining sound when turning or spot dark fluid or leaks under the hood? That's your red flag. Oh, and don't just top it off with any fluid. Use the one your manufacturer recommends. A 5-minute check can save you from a $1,000 fix. Number 13. Timing belt replacement. Ever heard a ticking noise from your engine and thought, well, that can't be good? You're right, it probably isn't. That ticking might be your timing belt crying for attention. This belt controls the synchronization between your crankshaft and camshaft, making sure that valves open and close at the perfect time. Sounds simple, right? But if this belt snaps or wears out, you're looking at a mechanical disaster, especially in interference engines, where a broken belt means pistons slamming into valves. That's not a small fix. That's a total engine rebuild. So, how often should you replace it? Most cars need a new timing belt every 60 to 100,000 miles or every 5 to 7 years, whichever comes first. Don't wait for your car to stall. If you hear ticking, notice oil leaks at the front, or haven't replaced it in years, get it done. And while you're at it, replace the water pump, tensioners, and pulleys too. It's cheaper than an engine funeral. Number 12. Spark plug replacement. No spark, no power. It's that simple. Spark plugs may be small, but they have a massive job, igniting the air-fuel mixture inside your engine. When they wear out, your engine stumbles. Literally. You'll feel rough idling, sluggish acceleration, and watch your fuel economy nosedive. Worst case, your engine misfires or doesn't start at all. So, how long do they last? Well, it depends. Copper plugs last around 30,000 miles. Platinum ones stretch to 60,000, and iridium plugs can go 100,000 miles or more. Still, don't play the guessing game. Check your owner's manual. Notice your check engine light blinking, or the car just doesn't feel as peppy? That's a hint. And when you're replacing plugs, don't forget to inspect the ignition coils and wires as well. One weak link can bring the whole system down. Trust me, a spark plug costs a few bucks, but ignoring it can burn a hole in your wallet. Want your truck to run like new for years? Don't skip these simple maintenance tips. If you found this helpful, smash that like button and subscribe for more no-nonsense truck care advice. And hey, what's one maintenance task you've been ignoring? Drop it in the comments. I promise I won't judge. Number 11. Transmission fluid changes. Ever felt your truck hesitate or jolt while shifting gears? That's a red flag. Your transmission fluid might be past its prime. This vital fluid keeps all those intricate moving parts in your transmission system running smoothly. It reduces friction, prevents overheating, and ensures seamless gear changes. But here's the thing. Just like engine oil, it doesn't last forever. For automatic transmissions, fluid changes are typically needed every 30 to 60,000 miles. If you're rocking a manual, aim for every 30 to 50,000. Towing trailers, stuck in city traffic, or driving through extreme heat or cold, then you'll need to change it sooner, around 15 to 30,000 miles. Watch out for signs like rough or delayed shifting, grinding sounds, or slipping gears. And if the fluid looks dark or smells burnt, it's time for a change. Always use the manufacturer recommended fluid and regularly check for leaks. Don't wait until your transmission turns into a $4,000 repair job. Number 10. Air filter replacement. Think your truck's engine just needs fuel to breathe? Well, think again. Without a clean air filter, your engine is inhaling dust, debris, and dirt, which can choke performance and fuel economy. And don't forget about the cabin air filter, because breathing clean air while driving matters too. A clogged engine air filter leads to sluggish acceleration, poor gas mileage, and a whole lot of unnecessary engine stress. Most need replacing every 12 to 15,000 miles, but if you're driving in dusty or rural areas, you'll want to swap it out sooner. For the cabin air filter, stick to every 15 to 30,000 miles, especially if you live in cities with high pollution or during pollen season. Notice musty odors, low airflow, or dust building up inside? That filter's overdue. Pop the hood and give your filters a check. It's a quick job that pays off in performance, air quality, and even your health. Number 9. Brake fluid flush. You press the brake pedal and expect your truck to stop. Simple, right? But have you ever thought about what actually makes that happen? It's your brake fluid, and if it's old or contaminated, your braking power can vanish when you need it the most. Scary, isn't it? Over time, brake fluid absorbs moisture, which not only reduces braking efficiency, but can also corrode brake components from the inside out. That's why a brake fluid flush isn't optional. It's essential. Experts recommend a flush every 2 to 3 years or 20 to 45,000 miles, depending on how and where you drive. But don't wait for trouble. If your brake pedal feels spongy, your stopping distance increases, or your dashboard shows a brake warning light, that's your cue. Always use the manufacturer-specified fluid and check your fluid reservoir regularly. And if you live in a humid area, you might need to flush more often. Moisture loves brake fluid. Number 8. Undercarriage inspections. Out of sight, out of mind. That's the undercarriage for most truck owners. But here's the thing. Your undercarriage takes the biggest beating. It faces moisture, salt, rocks, mud, and road debris daily. Ignore it long enough, and you're asking for rust, corrosion, and expensive structural damage. When's the last time you looked under your truck? It's a good habit to check it seasonally, especially after winter and when road salt is at its worst. An annual inspection should be part of your regular maintenance, but if you live by the coast or in humid climates, do it more often. Look for rust, loose parts, or strange noises coming from underneath. These are all warning signs. A quick undercarriage wash can go a long way, especially after salty drives. Want extra protection? Rust-proofing sprays and protective coatings can add years to your truck's life. Don't let the unseen eat your ride from underneath. Number 7. Struts and shocks replacement. Ever felt your truck bounce like a trampoline after hitting a bump? That's not normal. It's a cry for help from your shocks and struts. These unsung heroes of your suspension system absorb road impact and keep your tires glued to the pavement. Without them working properly, you lose control, stability, and even braking efficiency. It's smart to get them inspected every 12,500 miles and replaced around 50,000 miles, though that number depends on your driving habits. Off-roading, hauling loads, well, you'll wear them out faster. Look for excessive bouncing, nose diving when braking, or uneven tire wear. Those are telltale signs. And if you spot fluid leaks on the shocks or feel weird while turning, it's time for a checkup. Pro tip: always follow a strut replacement with a wheel alignment to keep everything handling like new. Don't wait until your smooth ride turns into a shaky mess. Your suspension deserves some love. Number 6. Fuel filter changes. Your engine needs clean fuel to run strong. But guess what? That won't happen if your fuel filter is clogged up with gunk. This little component protects your engine from debris, rust, and all the tiny nasties hiding in your gas. When it clogs, your engine chokes, performance drops, and your fuel pump has to work overtime. For older trucks, swap the filter every 30,000 miles. Newer models can go up to 60,000 miles, but always check your owner's manual to be sure. Having trouble starting your truck, experiencing engine hesitation, stalling, or reduced power, especially when accelerating. These are red flags that your fuel filter is struggling, and if your fuel economy suddenly tanks, that's another clue. Replacing the filter is simple, a low-cost fix that prevents costly damage to your fuel injectors and pump. And trust me, using high-quality fuel helps too. Don't wait until your truck sputters to life. Keep your fuel clean, and it'll thank you on every drive. Number 5. PCV valve maintenance. Ever wonder what happens to the nasty gases building up inside your engine? That's where the PCV valve comes in. It quietly redirects those harmful crankcase gases back into the combustion chamber to be burned off properly. Sounds simple, but if this little valve gets clogged or fails, it can cause big problems. Oil leaks, increased oil consumption, and even engine seal damage. Most drivers don't even know it exists until they notice the rough idling, decreased fuel economy, or that dreaded check engine light. A quick visual inspection during regular maintenance can catch issues early. Look for cracks in the hoses, oil around the valve, or signs of corrosion. Some PCV valves can be cleaned, but honestly, it's usually better to just replace them, especially if you've driven a lot or noticed performance changes. Keeping this system healthy not only protects your engine, but also helps to reduce emissions. Small part, but big impact. Don't overlook it. Number 4. Fuel injector cleaner use. Is your truck hesitating when you hit the gas, or feeling a little sluggish lately? It might not be the engine. It could be your fuel injectors crying out for a cleaning. These tiny nozzles spray fuel into your engine with precision, and when they get clogged with deposits, everything suffers. Power drops, fuel economy tanks, and you might even have trouble starting. That's where a good fuel injector cleaner comes in. Using it every 3,000 to 5,000 miles, especially if you're running lower grade gas, keeps things flowing like they should. Just pour it into a fill up and let the cleaner do its thing. Look out for engine hesitation, poor acceleration, or rough idling. Classic signs your injectors need attention. Always choose a cleaner with PEA or polyethylamine. It's the good stuff that actually works. Want to avoid this problem altogether? Run high-quality fuel, and you'll cut down on buildup from the start. Number 3. EGR and throttle body cleaning. Ever felt like your engine just isn't breathing right? It might be time to clean your EGR valve and throttle body, two parts that quietly keep your engine running smooth and efficient. The EGR valve helps reduce emissions by recycling some exhaust gases back into the engine, but over time, it gets clogged with carbon buildup, leading to rough idling, poor fuel economy, and even that annoying check engine light. Then there's the throttle body, basically the gatekeeper of air into your engine. When it gets dirty, you might notice hesitation, stalling, or a rough idle. Cleaning it every 30,000 miles or sooner if you spot symptoms can restore lost performance fast. Plan on checking your EGR valve every 50,000 miles, but if you're feeling sluggish starts or smelling unburned fuel, it may need attention earlier. And remember, use specialized cleaners and always disconnect the battery before starting. These simple cleanups can save your engine from major headaches. Number 2. Rust prevention. You take pride in your truck's shine, but are you protecting it from the silent killer? Rust doesn't just ruin your paint job, it eats away at frame strength, body panels, and your truck's overall value. And once it sets in, fixing it gets expensive fast. That's why rust prevention is key. Start with the basics: regular washing and waxing, especially in winter when road salt is everywhere. Wax acts like a shield, locking moisture out. See tiny bubbles in your paint or rough brownish patches? That's rust knocking at the door. Address it early before it spreads. Use rust inhibitors or get professional rust-proofing treatments for long-term protection. And don't forget the undercarriage. Salt and sand love to hide there. Rinse it thoroughly after snowy or beach drives, and always keep drainage holes clear. When storing your truck, park it in a dry, covered space. Stay ahead of rust, and your ride will stay solid for years. And at number 1, regular oil checks and changes. Think skipping your oil change won't hurt? Think again. Engine oil is the lifeblood of your truck. It lubricates, cools, cleans, and even protects against corrosion. Without fresh oil, your engine's moving parts grind against each other, heat builds up, sludge forms, and before you know it, you're facing catastrophic engine failure. So, how often should you change it? For most, every 5,000 to 7,500 miles is the sweet spot with conventional oil. Using synthetic oil, you might stretch that to 10 or even 15,000 miles, but only if your owner's manual says so. Drive in stop-and-go traffic, haul heavy loads, or only take short trips? Then you'll want to change it more often. And don't just wait for the miles to add up. Check your oil regularly. If it's low, dark, or smells burnt, it's time. Neglecting your oil is like starving your engine. Keep it clean, and your truck will thank you with years of smooth performance. And that wraps up our list of 15 truck maintenance tasks that most people ignore. But that could make all the difference if you want your ride to last 300,000 miles or more. Stay on top of these simple fixes, and your truck will thank you with years of reliable performance. So tell me, how many of these are already part of your routine, and which ones caught you off guard? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Hit that like button if you learned something new. And don't forget to subscribe for more down-to-earth truck care tips.